Welcome to another episode of the Oxygen Not Included Beginner's Guide series. And this is not what I'm supposed to be recording today, but I'm too excited. So what I want to do today would be to make somewhere for our Drekos. Because if we can get them to eat this guy enough, they may produce an egg, which is capable of producing plastic. And plastic is going to be incredibly useful. So that is what we are going to be working towards today. I think I'm going to put their room right here. So the first thing we'll need to do is get this all dug up. I am also going to be mirroring this system right here because we need to fill this room with hydrogen. So if we go, he's in here somewhere. Oh, there he is. So it needs hydrogen to grow the stuff on its back. So we're going to be working a lot with gases because what we're actually going to need is hydrogen on most of the room. But since we are growing mealwood, they require these atmospheres. So we're going to have it so that the tiles that the mealwood are in has carbon dioxide, just because that'll be easier. And then the rest of the room will have to be hydrogen. So that's something else we're going to keep in mind, but that is why we need to set up a liquid lock. Right, yes, we were in the middle of getting this set up as well. Does this need a gas vent? Here we go. There we go. So we've got 3 aside. We have 8 dupes. So I may end up putting another one in each side as we get the materials for it. Ooh, and we have printables. So what do we have? For right now, I don't think we're going to need any other dupes. So maybe some water. I imagine that's going to just... Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. That actually might be useful to use here. So right now, this is the outline that I have. I'm waiting for him to start delivering this water here. I'm going to see how I'm going to see how big this room is going to be, because if it ends up being too big, I may move this wall here. So we'll see. While we wait for them to work on that, let's check our skills. It's hard to remember which ones are just there because I'm waiting and which ones are new. Let's go with improved carrying for Abe. We've given her the ranching hat, so let's go further down the ranching line. Bubbles. Ooh. Let's go ahead and go up there. This is our goal, so that you can build the auto sweep. I'm going to build some chest or like storage bins here at the edge, so that the stuff that I sweep can go here instead of having to go all the way in. And that also means that when they're building, there's a potential that they don't need to go through the exosuit transition to get to this, because they may have the stuff they need here. So then they can just pop in, grab it, and keep working instead of having to go all the way in. Right, so this is done. So let's open that up and see if they can get this stuff built. I am hoping that some of the hydrogen stays in here. Ooh, I need to build another one of these. But I'm hoping to get just hydrogen, so I'm hoping that some gets in, but it also happens quickly so we aren't also getting polluted oxygen and chlorine in there. Otherwise we'll just have to filter it out and use gas pumps and all of that, which wouldn't be the worst. So I just copied the settings that I have on this guy here. And I think they'll just prefer it if they're closer to it on the outside of the ladder. Ooh, this is dormant. Can we analyze this? Okay, so while that's working, what I might do is maybe a door here, and then a ladder down to... Okay. And then we will also build some insulated tiles around this guy. It's just producing a lot of heat. And we can always open it up when we're ready to use it again. A pop-up came happened and it really messed with my game there. So let's cancel all of that. So we'll do something like that, and we'll probably need... they're killing hatches. Something like so. Is this slime germy? No. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna dig... Oh, I don't know if I want that. Like so. The reason I don't want to open this up is I just don't want this polluted water in here since this is all currently clean. So let's just keep that separated if we can. Alright, what gases do we have in here? Hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Perfect. So it's not as much of the hydrogen that I would like, but it'll do. So let's get this all dug out. So the reason we want to analyze this is it'll give us information such as how long will it be dormant and when will it be active and all of that. So it's very good to know. The person who will be doing that will be our researcher. So Marie here should be heading out to check that now. As you can see, it is a slow process. So she'll be working on this for a while. Hopefully it does not erupt in the time that we are analyzing it. So when it comes to branching, this guy needs to eat this. Can he not? I think he may need a little step to maybe get up to it. This is way temporary. So when it comes to ranching, technically it's better to get the meat from a creature than it is to crack the egg. So what you could do when you get to the point you have enough, let's say, hatches, you can take the eggs and put them into some water, and then when it hatches it will drown and you'll just get the meat. So that's probably what we're going to do. And again, we'll want to drop the egg out of the storage, because if it's in the storage it will just turn into an egg. Like when it spoils, it'll crack open like an egg, and so that will not... Might as well have just used this for it. So gotta make sure that we drop them out of the storage. Like so. We have a new printable. Let's see what we've got. Gonna go ahead and reject all that for now. Here's the progress we've made here. I need some more ladders to be able to build this last piece. Or I could just dig right here. Either way works. And then I've started to put a platform here, and what we'll put on that is a shearing station. This is what will take off the currently reed fiber and later plastic off of these guys. And then we will need a grooming station. And then we will want a drop off. And then we'll need to wait for the save. 2 farm tiles to start out with. And this is what we will be putting the mealwood on. It does not seem to be working in the planter pot. He doesn't seem to be eating that. So we'll be sticking with the farm tiles because I know they can like walk on top of that. So maybe that's what they need to be able to eat it. The other reason I had the entrance, I should have mentioned this earlier, but the reason I have the entrance on the outside of the base is so that they are using their suits, because there's not going to be any oxygen or anything like that in here for them. Alright, let's check the room. So maximum is 96 and it is currently 90. It will be, yeah, 4 less because of these 2 tiles and that. Something else I'm going to have going on the side here is I want to start heading out and trying to find the edge of the map that direction. I'm going to queue these guys because we do have some dupes who are stuck in the base, and if they aren't if they don't have a task in here, they're forced to be idle. Let's check back on this. We're still doing the research. I want the debris moved out of here as fast as possible. I don't want it being built in. As it is, this up here really annoys me. And then I want dirt to be here. So let's find that. But I don't want it to be full. Well, I guess that one is full. So I guess it won't hurt. But if you don't want it to be, let's say you want it half, Then you can go up here and change the weight allowed. So it's about half the weight. But we'll need that dirt for the mealwood. Oh, I forgot. Another thing I want to do is build some proper tiles here at the bottom. I want to put tiles down here because if a dupe is carrying something and then something comes up like it's their meal time, they'll just drop what's in their hand. I'd rather them drop it on a tile than all the way down into the tank because they won't have their suits on in the base. So they'll get very annoyed if they have to swim to the bottom of the tank. So I'd just rather have these tiles here. Our Draco is starving, so let's move them here. Actually, let's not do that quite yet. What I'm going to actually do... Cancel that. They have 9 cycles. Okay, so this will go in 3 days, so that they'll actually be fine. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm going to wrangle him, have him dropped off here. Another thing we need to do is provide this guy with some power. There we go. How's our research? So this has been researched. Just need this guy to be swept and then I can close the doors. So you can see as they're going over, it's showing off more of the map. Can we inspect these? Okay, and then we'll get some more data here. Since there's a bunch of igneous here, I think this is what I'll build the ladder out of so they don't have to keep going back and forth to collect materials for it. Oh no. I forgot I had this set as a drop-off point. I was like, I feel like I wrangled this guy and he's not going where I want him. It's because I just keep dropping him off here. I just thought maybe I was not paying enough attention. Okay, so we have found the edge of the map here. So this is Neutronium. It's something you can't well, without cheats, there's no way to break this. It just is there to show the edge of the map, so you can see it goes up like right here. So that's good to know. New printables. I'll always take extra ores and stuff. I don't think it can hurt. So I just found a shine bug egg. I'm gonna try to drop it off up here. I feel like maybe I haven't set people on separate schedules. Yeah. I could almost have a third schedule at this point. So I'm going to move Abe and Bubbles down onto this third one. Just kind of having everything set off, offset by a bit. Alright, so here we are. We've got our Draco dropped off into the room. He's going to get sheared. Look at his little naked butt. It'll give us reed fibers. Eventually we won't have any of these. Our main goal is to get the glossy, but for now, the extra reed fiber is quite nice. Abe has gotten a new skill point. Let's go with suit wearing. I think everyone I'm going to work towards giving them the exosuit training so that they don't move so slow when they're in it, because a lot of people will be going in and out of the base. So let's give her masterwork so we can actually start getting some art. So pretty much everyone I'm working up to this point. That was the goal of what I've just spent all the points on. Alright, so since hydrogen usually pools at the top, let's go ahead and get ourselves a gas pump started. I think we'll probably temporarily disable this as a nature reserve, but that should be okay. And then we're going to get a switch. I just find them so convenient. And then what we will want is a gas filter, a gas vent. So what we have here is hard to read, but the pump is going to take in air and it's going to hit this filter. We can select what we want, and then the thing we are filtering for will go down, and then everything else will be put back into this area. We are filtering for the hydrogen. And then I have a switch so that I can cancel it once there's really no hydrogen in here. I'm going to continue our exploration of the side here. So I'm going to start building ladders up and probably down. I'm still trying to decide where I want to venture off to the side on this side of the map. There's a lot of liquid. So you control or Alt S for screenshot mode. You can zoom out some. So you can see our map is expanding quite a bit. Maybe I'll go over right here. You can go just under those pools for now. Oh, here we go. So I put into paintings into the bedroom for now, just to help a bit with the decor, because it was not great. So we've got a masterpiece here. It's amazing. And then we'll have another one here once the artist gets around to doing that. I also added some crown molding into the dining room, and we unlocked a colony, or a achievement. Art Underground. I have a duplicate with Masterworks. Skill, paint a masterwork. Perfect. We might as well use this as well. So I don't think there's anything that can stop this. So let's choose... I don't know, maybe Bubbles since she's right here. Oh, and we can inspect. Another place to get lore stuff. Alright, Bubbles, let's head in. You need to make sure you pay attention because they're strapped in and they can't do anything until you tell them. So once this is here, you have to click complete. Alright, Bubbles' brain is still vibrating, but they've never felt better. Bubbles acquired the Deep Diver's Lung trait. This duplicate has a frankly impressive ability to hold their breath. Their air consumption is minus 50. So those are good to use when you can think of it. I think we have one other one. Somewhere over... Aha, here. Maybe we'll do... Nesbit. Just because she's some of the original ones. They're taking their time up here. Can you work on that, please? Let's watch Nesbit here. I love the art of this game. Alright, complete. Oh! She got the same thing. Useful. Ooh, I think I got another Paku, or Fry here. Yeah, nice. I dug down into this area to grab that from him. Let's just throw a door on this for now. Look at all that polluted oxygen. Where's that gonna mostly sit? Here? Alright, we need to steal a bit of power here. Like so. And then I think we'll be ready to try to get some more hydrogen over there. I figured I might as well just throw 2 doors here and turn this into a park, because they'll just love running through that area and it'll give them a boost every time they're traveling to work over here. Can't hurt. I'll probably just leave the doors open. Let's see, we got a blueprint. Let's just go for that for now. Oh, what a beautiful painting we have there. I love them. Alright, so he just ate some mealwood. And we can go down here and see that when it lays an egg, it has 20% chance of being glossy. Oh, we have a cold biome here. Oh no. Okay. That's a bit inconvenient. So usually there's the abyssalite that goes completely around a biome, which works as like an insulative tile, or like an insulative barrier. But we actually have a very hot vent here attached to this, so it'll just kind of melt this whole biome, which is probably not what we want. So we're gonna probably want to get in here and build some insulation for this biome. Maybe something like that. Like so, and then we'll need to build a ladder down into here. Not the worst to have to go into here. If we could get a bit of ice, that would be good. And then something like that. But if we get ice, we can throw it into our water to help cool it off. And then once this is dormant, we'll do the same thing as before, where we study it and then close it off. It's just easier to have them contained until you're ready to use them in something or deal with whatever they produce. Looks like it's also open over here. So we may have to insulate over here as well once we get to it. You guys done building yet? Okay. So now we can go into unbreathable and put hydrogen. Check our gases. So because this is overpressured, we have a bit of a problem. Did I build this backwards? No. For once, I think I actually did it right. I did not. I did not do it right. I need to flip this around. Someday. Someday I'll get it. Okay. Now that we've flipped it around, we can select hydrogen. Oh, there we go. It was a little overpressurized for a second there. So because there's so much hydrogen in this particular square, it can't vent out. So it might have been better to have gone down lower. What other gases are up here? A whole lot of oxygen. Right, so since it is overpressurized, I was going to show you how you can chain filtered gases, or gas filters to move several types of gas. So let's pay attention. So it'll come through here, and then we can filter for oxygen and have that go into our base, and then vent the other things here. And I'm only going to run this while there's hydrogen up here. I'm not going to use this to get oxygen often. Let's double check it's not germy. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter when this is as germy as it is. The next episode after this one, I'm going to set up a system to remove the germs from our water, since I had somebody ask about that. Okay, they've got this built now. So let's see how this works. So it's bringing in air. Here it's checking if it's hydrogen. If it is, it's sending it down that way. Everything else is going through here. Now it's checking for oxygen. If it's got oxygen, it's sending out that direction. And if it's anything else, it'll shoot it out here. I don't think I'll be taking in anything that isn't oxygen and hydrogen. So kind of wasn't necessary, but just in case, like a bubble of chlorine or something was up here, which probably wouldn't be because it's so heavy. But you know, just in case. It's better to be safe than sorry, in my opinion. So I'm gonna keep watching here. And once we don't have much hydrogen, I'll probably turn it off for a bit. There we go. Perfect. Did having these change the room? Yes. Okay. So eventually we'll remove this. But for now... So now if we click on him, you can see stunted scales. And that is because he's not in the hydrogen. So it will be pretty important to find another source or make another source of hydrogen to fill up this room more. Okay, so that should be it for this episode. I may grab a door. Just put it right here for now, just because there's a lot of chlorine happening here. But we have gotten ourselves a hatch or a Draco set up here, and we've tried to get some of the gases dealt with. We'll have to finish doing that in another episode. I've also started queuing another bedroom since this one is now full. We've found the edge of our map. We've collected a bunch of good stuff. So yes. Oh, not where we want that. But now you can see this is why I've built these tiles here. Anyway, so next episode we will be using some of this copious amounts of chlorine to help clear out our water of germs. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.